Welcome back, everyone, to session 37 of Cold of the Netherdeep. And I'm not going to maintain that voice. Thank you for asking. Uh,
Thank you,
last
if
we
only
left,
for my sanity.
It's
last
better
we
than
left
the
off.
teenager voice.
What are you
So
talking about?
don't.
Just a phase. But last we left off, our intrepid party had gone to investigate Old Man Krook's shady bakery to see if he is indeed fencing stolen magic items. And it appears that he is, among other terrible things that fortunately are not shown on screen, only implied. Uh, the most of the party had gone in to the bakery to interact with Krook directly. Half of them in disguise, Thorn as uh, just generic high elf who doesn't look like any other character that's ever appeared in any game we've played together, and Ben as the heavily tattooed uh, gentleman that he fought in the arena, but with a mustache. Definitely a different guy, not to be confused with anybody else uh, who might have their own business and livelihood and hopefully is not identified to anybody who burns down buildings. Uh, but Arno, meanwhile,
How dare you
uh,
imply there may be consequences to my actions?
Arno, meanwhile, investigated the rest of the building, found a locked storeroom that appears to have a number of assorted, probably stolen items like mid to cheap jewelry, uh, some crates of other things that were not particularly inspected, some manacles on the wall that we won't talk about, and locked a metal lockbox that contained what appears to be a ruidium short sword. Very possibly the one that has gone missing from Ariok's smithy. Uh, but signaling to the others that he had found what he found, Arno and the rest of the party make their way out of that bakery. Um Ben Gaspacho quietly slipping away a sign that appeared to contain some form of thieves' cant uh, in the form of some a field of colorful dots that conveyed a hidden message that this was indeed a repository of stolen goods. Uh, but all that done, the party has agreed on a place to reconvene and confer on their findings. And that is where we pick up. So, what did you all find?
I found that this guy is really hopeless. He doesn't know how to cook at all. I'm not even sure why I tried. But I guess everybody deserves a chance.
Not everyone.
No. Ben, he sold us probably 3-week-old cookies. Like, you saw the cookies, right?
Those
Lucas
were
holds a cookie up.
way
Lucas
older
holds
than
a
3
cookie.
weeks.
I'm pretty sure he chipped a tooth on one.
Also, he definitely chained people up in his back storage room. So doesn't need to know how to cook.
I see. Well, hopefully he didn't feed them any of that honey flame bread. Or maybe he did. Maybe that's how he tortured them into submission.
Just to clarify, there were no people in the back storage room when I was there. I would not have left people chained up. They were just manacles to the wall and a stench that was not great.
Ben kind of visibly sighs at that, with relief at that.
Oh, how... Maybe we should go back. You know what? I think maybe I'm feeling a little stress relief. I should go back and beat the shit out of him.
No.
Yeah, yeah. I think he deserves it. I think we can break a couple legs. I don't have to kill the man, but he also doesn't have to walk. And she kind of starts taking a couple steps back away from the party.
We
Caleb
have
told her.
a mission, so we should probably stick to that, as cathartic as it might be to kick his ass. We are trying to maintain some kind of cover.
It's
Are we coming back tonight to see who the buyer might be?
We don't know that there's a buyer.
Well, we don't know that there's anyone tonight, no, but if he's selling goods, anybody could show up at any time, and most of the business is done after hours.
I think we should.
Yeah. I'm always down for a
Oh.
stakeout.
I was gonna say, I think we should report to the Cobalt Soul and see what they want us to do.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
By the way, DM to players, just because I got carried away from my dramatic moment at the end of session, don't let that stop you from changing the future if it seems appropriate. You're not required to not go back if you have a good reason to do so. But
That's okay.
No, Ben
Thornwood
and Thorn are
suggested
right.
this anyway.
Yeah, Ben
That's
and Thorn
true.
are right. We'll go back to the Cobalt Soul, see what they want to do.
Yeah, maybe they can send someone out to stake, so it's not the same people.
also, for the record, since we were in a hurry to finish last time and I forgot until just now, I had mentioned there was a portion of the map that I was hoping you would get to see, and if not, I was going to reveal it anyway.
Secrets!
So less a secret and more just something that amused me when I noticed it. In his living quarters, he has a pair of dumbbells. So
Really?
this old man pumps iron.
You know, just because he can't cook well doesn't mean you have to insult his bells.
Listen,
For someone
I
who
mean-
human traffics, like,
I mean, I've
he
never
ain't got
heard
no
them
bells.
talk. I've never heard those bells talk.
Not gonna reveal that other tiny room.
I don't know if you guys have earned that. No, it's just a weird architectural choice where there's just a little courtyard in the middle
Huh.
that connects to all of the other rooms.
Oh, so he doesn't have a bathroom. He just pisses and craps right there in the center. Got it.
I mean, he also has 3 ways into the room that already smells terrible. So who
God.
knows?
Man, fuck that guy.
Gross.
Let's get back to the Cobalt Soul.
Let's
Yes.
get back to the Cobalt Soul.
Squabala!
Do you want me to message him first?
Wah,
Maybe
wah.
they can tell us what to do before we leave.
Sure. You have a
Good
message
idea.
stone. Have you used it today?
Yeah, you wanna-
I don't think so.
Oh,
You
great.
received a message this morning
Oh. Okay. That's right.
asking you to come see Ewo.
We can
Ben-
receive and send, right?
I think Ben responded to the stone.
No, but I mean, like, you get a free response when somebody sends to you, but typically you could still use the sending zone to send a message to the other person. So each person gets one way, basically, I thought.
Looking it up.
I
Ben's
feel
gonna pull
like
out
it
the sending
specifically
stone.
says that in Sending Stone, but I could be wrong. So
Well, let's see. Before I do that
One-
thing I was going to do.
Once sending is cast through the stones, they can't be used again until the next dawn.
Okay. Ben's
So
going to pull
it-
out his sending stone and start talking to it. He's going to be like, hey, guess what we found? This guy really can't cook, and we found this thing in his back, and he's got, like, a crazy torture chamber. And then
No,
he's going to
stop.
shake it a little bit. He's like, oh, I think I'm all out of minutes.
The stone you are attempting to reach is not in service.
I want to give Stars inspiration for that one. That was good.
Please try again tomorrow. Giving the DM inspiration, that's dangerous.
Yeah, please.
I feel like that was rewarded, though. All right, well,
I'll,
since the
I'll
stone
be
isn't
sure
working.
to reward myself somehow.
All right, to the magic carpet then.
Go out a lot. Are you heading straight back to the Cobalt Soul?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Very slowly making your way through the sky over the river district. At least you can go twice as high. All right. Make your way back. You locate Master Ewo again. Let me get back to. I need to have multiple pages open so I don't lose track of where I was. Okie dokie. All right. So you're all going up together to speak with Ewo. Are you sending Ben with the sword as evidence?
Oh, that's true.
Well, the
Are
sword
we
and the
actually
sign.
giving the sword?
Do we want to identify it on the way back?
You have
Ooh, Ix can do that.
at least 11 minutes for that. So yes.
Ix will do that.
Let me pull that up specifically.
Lucas is gonna once again watch to make sure that touching a fully crafted ruidium sword doesn't do anything weird.
Okay.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, Heather, or rather Ix, touching the sword for 11 straight minutes while you identify it properly. You do feel a familiar kind of itchy tingle sensation, but those watching you don't notice anything terrible happening to you just by touching it.
Oh, okay, they don't notice. Do I notice?
You also do not notice anything. It's just a little weird.
Cool.
That said, it is indeed a ruidium infused short sword. It requires attunement to use its properties. While attuned to it, and while it is on your person, you can breathe underwater, and you gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. Additionally, a successful attack with this weapon deals an extra 2d6 psychic damage.
This sword is worth more than 250 gold, guys. I'm just saying.
I
Most of
want
that is
it.
just-
Yeah, sure, but at the same time, I don't actually want.
I mean, that's me saying
It's
that out of
upon
character, not in character, to be
Oh,
frank.
I was assuming that Ix's whole entire "this is worth more than 250 gold" was in character.
Oh, valid.
That was in character, yes.
Yeah. So Arno would just have a like, I don't feel like anyone should really be using it.
As an extra bit of info, just may come up eventually. It seems like this sword originally was a pre-existing magic weapon. Like it was a just an enhanced short sword, specifically a +2 short sword. And then the ruidium was added onto that and modified its properties. It no longer has the +2 property, but it was a magic item was taken and then infused with ruidium, and its properties changed. Is what you gain also from the identify spell.
Obviously, Ix relays all that information, along with her comment about it being worth more than 250 gold.
Yeah. I think it's more that maybe the Cobalt Soul would have a safe place to keep it, and we would also happen to get 250 gold out of that, rather than thinking of it as like an actual selling, because I don't feel like anyone should just be wielding that.
What are our thoughts on letting the Cobalt Soul know that the Allegiance is creating weapons of destruction?
I think they need to know. I think they probably already know,
yeah.
but they probably need to know more.
But the only way we're going to confirm that is to let them know of our dealings in the evenings. You know, how did we come across this information?
I mean, you guys
mean-
are members of the Cobalt Soul, and we're kind of spies.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
Plus, I got more details about them creating these weapons from Orion. That's not us having shady dealings. That's me making
That's
a
true.
friend.
I still need to go visit him.
He's great and very pretty.
That's the dangerous part.
He glows. Sorry. Anyway.
All right. So we're okay with telling them everything we know?
As
Yeah.
long as we don't specifically mention that I broke into the Allegiance.
What, Thorn? You don't want to be thrown under the bus today?
Honestly, I'm not even afraid of getting in trouble. I just would prefer to not be too attached to the Cobalt Soul. I don't know how the Consortium feels about them. So,
That makes more sense.
How much more attached do you think we're going to get? I'm kind of right here. I'm pretty attached.
I mean me specifically, not us as a group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can always drop you off somewhere and you can meet us around the corner like a mistress.
I mean, I am in disguise.
Pull out the sending stone.
Me too.
He just left. Come over. But no, that is a valid concern, considering that they likely have people watching you, if not all of us at this point. So yeah.
I don't think they would necessarily have people watching unless they suspected us of something, which I suppose they might. Honestly, we're the kind of people they tend to hire to watch others. And he kind of points in the direction of the bakery we just totally robbed.
Oh, this should be fun. All right. After identifying the sword, we're gonna walk to the Cobalt Soul and have a fun little powwow.
Hey, okay. Those of you in disguise, are either of you still in disguise?
My disguise self lasts for an hour, I think.
So does mine.
If I
Yeah,
can,
you get there.
I was gonna
You
say
get yeah,
if
go ahead.
I can drop it in like a nondescript area, I would. You know, passing through an alleyway, etc. So.
I mean, up in the
We're on
air
a
where
carpet.
there's a
Oh
carpet.
shit! You're right. You're right. You're right.
walking-
Normally, I
everybody's
do
weird.
this
Yeah.
trick, you know, walking around the streets. So that's just what my mind went to. Yeah, up in the sky. Once we're far enough away from the bakery, yeah, I'll just drop it.
Quite a lot. Okay.
Ben has a
So,
cool
my-
mustache, so he's not going to be in as big of a hurry to drop it.
Oh. Not that you can twirl it, unfortunately. You can pantomime twirling it, but you can't actually twirl it.
I can if the mustache is part of the disguise skit and everything else is part of disguise self,
Valid.
which, for future
Well-
reference,
That depends on how much taller Grom is than you.
true.
All right.
A mustache right
You
here.
twirling your mustache.
It's like chest hair.
No.
I'm not finished my drink. You need to not.
Are you twirling the illusory mustache or the physical mustache?
We'll just leave it there. We'll
Fair
leave it up to your imagination.
Both mustaches. Alrighty. So you land nearby, walk the rest of the way to the Temple of the Mentor to find Expositor Iwo Zalare. He is surprised to see you back already, since The sun is only just starting to go down. Bakery is probably not even quite closed yet. But he welcomes you into whatever office-like room is nearby to get your report. Oh, what did you find? You've been there already, I take it? Or did you need more information?
What? So, first of all, when you're making honey flame bread,
Oh my god.
there is a certain
No,
set
Ben,
of
Ben,
specific spices
fast forward, please.
that, and you can't. All right, fine. Totally, guy had like a crazy torture chamber, and he had an evil sword, and he can't cook.
To fill in a few blanks, yes, this man is clearly running, and I'm so sorry. I can't believe that was true Ben fashion, and it just threw me off. I should be prepared for this. To fill in a few blanks, yes, he's clearly selling weapons. Ben did bring a sign. Ben, do you still have that?
Yes, and he pulls it out of his bag, and he points to all the little dots, and he's like, "This is Thieves' Cant," and I forget what it said. I'm trying to remember what it said, but I don't remember.
Repository of stolen
see.
goods.
That sounds right. Yes, repository of stolen goods. And then just in common, it says, oh, where is the sign? Oh, sorry, we're closed. See you in the morning. But then the colored dots indicate the rest of the message.
If you guys don't want the sign, I will keep it.
I think we will hand that over to the hands of Ward as part of the evidence.
Ben
Good job
snaps his
recovering
fingers
that.
like aw shucks and hands it over.
In addition to the sign, which is proof enough, we did manage to find a back room. Arno, would you care to take over for this?
He does give Ben a brief look that implies, what were you going to do with it? Or at least a curious, quizzical look. But he does not press that verbally.
Yeah,
But yes, Arno's info.
Arno would probably kind of be like, behind his storefront, he has a back chamber. It's a door that's all the way behind the building, and in it there were a bunch of small little knickknacks, assumedly stolen off of people, but not worth anything, so they were just laying around. There were shackles attached to the walls. The smell of decay, and not just vegetable decay, but like flesh. It smelled like death in there. It was not great at all.
His brow furrows in a mix of concern and disapproval.
I didn't see any documents laying around. But in one of the chests, we found, he would point to whoever has the sword.
Oh, that'd be Ix, because she identified it. She would pull it out and gently set it on his desk, and she'll give him a pointed look. I don't recommend holding it for very long. And after she puts it down, she kind of rubs her palms a little bit because her hands are still a little tingly from the 11 minutes of holding it. And she'll relay to him why it glows the way it glows. You know, specifically about the ruidium part of it.
Okay. When you set it down and give your description, let's see, make an insight check. Ix and whoever else might want to.
Me! Nat 20!
Hey.
3!
20, but not as natural as Lucas.
Artificial 20.
No, nothing fake about it.
Hicks is still distracted with the tingling of her hands, clearly.
Okay. Well, the higher rolls, you get the impression when Ix sets the sword down, the expositor gets a look like he suspects what it is, and then when Ix describes it, that seems to confirm his guess or his unspoken guess. It's like this is very troubling.
Mm.
You don't have any idea how he got this, do you?
I might, actually.
Do tell.
Do you know the blacksmith Oriok? Up in the ridge?
I believe I have heard the name, but I know little about him.
He was commissioned by the Allegiance to create weapons with ruidium. And he told me that some of those weapons got stolen, including a short sword.
It looks like he's running through various things in his head with the addition of this new information. It looks mildly troubled at the news.
Which, now knowing how powerful, but also how dangerous this weapon is, it's somewhat worrying that the Allegiance are trying to make weapons out of it.
I'm also concerned that they lost track of it, and it ended up with a fence.
We do know of only one other weapon, which I believe was an axe. Is that right, Arno? Didn't he say he had 2 weapons specifically that he was creating or working on?
Damn, is that correct?
Those are the 2 that he mentioned, yes. And the
Yes.
Great Axe he did turn into the Allegiance.
Yeah. Yeah, so he'd be like, there was a great axe, but that wasn't stolen. That was actually given back to the Allegiance once he finished it.
We will be looking into that a little deeper. But, well, I thank you greatly for all of this news. This is certainly some food for thought. Also, I believe it is more than enough to submit to the hands of Ord to have them apprehend this baker, as he believes himself. Well, little earlier than I expected, but I do believe I promised you the rest of your reward when you turned in this evidence. I will be right back. He leaves for a moment, returns with a bag with another. He hands over another 250 gold for completion of the mission. He has a second bag that looks to be about the same size. And we will take the short sword and let's see. What does it say on here? We might need to examine it a little bit just to see how dangerous it could be, determine what needs to be done with it, but you need not worry about that. I just thank you for bringing it to us. And he starts to hand over another 250 gold for the second bag of 250 gold, and pulls out a cloth to grab the handle of the short sword without touching it with his skin.
So is that 100 gold per person then?
250
250 and 250? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure
Yeah.
I had it right.
Plus the 50 from before, which I did not
Yes.
put on my character sheet. So let me do
Money for days.
You each got 50 for accepting and 100 on completion. The Ruidium short sword and the Thieves Can't sign handed in.
As we, I imagine. Well, does anybody else have any other questions? I should say.
Nope.
Cool.
And was there anything else to report on this matter?
On this matter, no. But can I have a word with you in private?
Yes, when we are done, once I make sure we're done here, yes, we can certainly do that.
Perfect.
Did we actually have reason in game to suspect that there might be somebody there tonight, or is that out of game knowledge and I'm
I
confusing?
feel
the
like that's
two?
out of game knowledge.
That's out of game knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Like-
to be fair, if they expect people to come after dark to be selling stuff, something could happen after they close.
Yeah,
but
there's a
we
chance
wouldn't know
any
what.
day that
Mhm.
something could
Mhm.
happen.
Am I crazy in remembering that the Thieves Can't sign said something about 2 a.m.? Or maybe I am crazy.
I don't remember anything about a specific time.
That must
No,
just
I
be
think
me.
that's just after dark. The sign goes up to be like shop closed, peddler shop open.
I might be mixing it up with something else. Words.
Yeah, I don't think there's a
Too many
reason
games.
to suspect exactly tonight, aside from the fact that this thing just went missing. And if nothing else, I'd feel like that was a reason to not open up shop tonight. But
Mm,
that's if he notices tonight that it's missing.
All right, just checking.
no.
All right. Well, he turns his attention to Ben while everybody is still in the room. By the way, I've been reporting your progress to the High Curator since you are coming here. I think with the jobs you've been doing here, Acolyte Kun, you may be due for a promotion. So we will be conferring with the individuals who make such decisions, and we will get back to you in the coming days, I believe, with some favorable news.
As he is saying that, Ben's eyes go wider and wider and wider, and he stops breathing. And eventually, was there anything else to say, or was that the end of the sentence?
And that was basically the end of what he needed to say. But
And when he
at
stops
welcome to
talking,
interrupt.
Ben opens his mouth as if he's going to say a whole bunch of things, and he just bows down and he says, "Oh, thank you. Oh, I don't. Thank you." And he kind of stops talking and he just bows. He holds his bow for a moment.
He will gives a rare smile. We will be in contact once a decision has been made.
Ben is still holding his breath.
Lucas gives him a little slap on the back just before he passes out with one lay on hand point.
Breathe, man.
And I will also, of course, be mentioning the contributions that the rest of you have been making to Ben's missions. But for now, if there is nothing else, he pauses momentarily.
Ben just leans over and he's like, "See, guys, I told you we're basically with the Cobalt Soul now."
Thank you, Ben.
Don't think any of us doubted it, per se.
No.
Miss Ixarvea, you wished to have a word with me.
Yeah, Ix would wait for everybody else to be out of the room. And Stars, would you join me in the secret channel, please?
I would.
Tattling.
Things I can't record.
What? We have a secrets
We
channel
can't have
that's
this
never
at
been used?
all.
Talk amongst yourselves. We will be back.
Wow. You better record this yourself.
I
I'm gonna
don't know
open
how.
Discord and I'm gonna look at them in the secrets channel. Do I need to leave the room?
Yes. Get out.
Oh my god. Kitty joined them in the secret chat too.
Of course she did. All right, I'll be right back, everybody. Enjoy ranting about them.
Alright.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna pause the recording.
Not back yet.
Well, yeah, Tony's not back. I still unpaused the recording though, just so.
All right. The time for secrets is over for the moment.
You better have taken notes, Heather.
Did.
Okay, just checking. I want to hear about this later when the campaign's over.
I was about to say, I'm like, how are you gonna hear about it later? How later? Like end of the game? Like how late? Like
Everybody's sneaky chats. We're putting it in the book.
I know we are, but like, how am I gonna give this to you without you knowing what just happened?
End of the game. Don't share it with me now. Just keep it in a safe place.
I already have a Google Doc.
Don't know, Tony. Still concerned.
Sorry, hold on. He's getting the kids ready and they're being fussy because it's school tomorrow after they had two weeks off. Like, fuck off. I love my kids, but I did school already. I did my time. I shouldn't have to do this shit again.
Friggin' school. I put in more time than any normal person should.
This dude is gonna make me get up, and I'm very comfortable. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I have to get up, I'm gonna grumble about it the whole time.
Fair.
God damn it!
This is the real reason.
Yes.
Let's talk about Heather and Tony right now.
I'm gonna pause the recording again.
Another week.
We are unpaused, so we can begin whenever.
Hey, no more secrets, no more putting children to bed. Hooray. All right. So, Ix exits the room after speaking with Iwo for a bit, rejoins the rest of the party. It is getting a little bit later in the day. It's probably around supper time.
Well, that went about as well as expected. Dinner?
Yes, please.
What went as well as expected?
The operation. Let's go eat. I'm hungry. And then she's gonna kind of like walk past them and not make eye contact with anyone.
Lucas metagames to go, I don't need an insight check to know she's bullshitting.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair. It's fairly obvious.
Typing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, my dumbass. I just realized I rolled an insight check in public. Whatever. Y'all don't know the context. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Nothing to worry about, kids. Oh, before we leave, Ix would probably go visit Shira to make sure she's okay. You know, just like off to the side.
Yes. You find where Shira is. Seems like she was either being shown around, shown how to do some like maybe some simple chores or something. She lights up when she sees Ix and runs over to give her a hug.
Aw. Yeah, Ix would totally hug her back, no problem. Like, she would crouch down and everything.
Aw.
But she seems like so far she is being taken care of.
Good.
But yes, her eyes are not red and puffy anymore.
Awesome. I didn't have anything more for the interaction, just I wanted to check
Nathan
on her,
down.
see how I was doing.
She seems like she's on as good of a course as could be expected at this point.
So are we heading
Sure,
back to the
that's good to know.
tavern?
Yes,
No,
Unless
we're
you
gonna go
want to
get
eat
dinner.
somewhere else.
for the rest of the evening.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if we were getting dinner at the tavern or what, but
Well, we should get something fancy for Ben and his future promotion. Which, like, shake
Right.
Ben around.
Twice since we've been in Ank'Harel. You better slow down.
Yeah, I'm getting another promotion. What?
You're doing a good job.
Especially with the speed at which this is being completed.
hard work does that.
How does the ranking work in the Cobalt Soul?
It's a mystery, undefined by Matt Mercer.
Indeed, it is.
There's Acolyte, and then there's Acolyte 2, and then there's Acolyte
There's
3, and then there's Acolyte
no,
Senior.
I think the only rank of note is like expositor. I don't know.
There's acolytes, expositors go out into the field. Archivists are like the higher librarians. Oh yeah, librarians. A librarian is a rank. That's like I just joined and they make me do busy work. Archivist is a higher librarian. Expositor goes out in the field, and the high curator is the big boss of a given location.
So were you ever like a librarian then? Or did you just skip that whole rank?
I suppose technically, but most of what I did during that time was just traveling with Master Ping, and I don't know.
You're just on the fast track then.
I mean, it's been several years. So
Also, in the creature stat blocks, there is an operative and an infiltrator.
Thorn
sounds like ranks though.
Thorn does remark though, has it? Like,
well, for me it has. I mean, I didn't meet you guys on my first day.
I suppose I just assumed that you were maybe like still fairly new.
Out of character, I guess it would have probably been, I don't know, 6 or 7 years at least.
Wow.
Ben was a teenager when all the shirt went down. I don't know if I ever actually defined a timeline. Yeah.
Bullshit. Well, then you're due for a promotion at least 2 times over.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I think he's just like never spent much of any time in an actual like Cobalt Soul facility. If I remember right. Just going around with his master.
Because there isn't one in on the Menagerie Coast.
No.
Port Damali.
Was there one in Port Damali? Because that's where Ben is from, but we also did specifically. We traveled, so.
Yeah, no, his hometown literally has one, but he didn't spend much time there after becoming an acolyte.
Oh,
I got a promotion because I got Shifu from being in the Cobalt Soul. So.
Wait. They give you a companion when you join?
No.
All of a sudden, Ix has decided that she wants to join the Cobalt Soul.
Look at it and tell me you wouldn't want one.
Sorry, X. They only have red pandas, not green pandas.
Forget it.
Did I ever tell you guys that? Master Ping and I saved a caravan from robbers, and it was like a zoo caravan or something. They had a bunch of animals, and this little guy, Shifu, who's probably not with us, I'm not pointing at anybody, he just loved me so much they gave him to me as a reward.
What happened to the other animals?
Oh, they were fine. We stopped the bandits, and we helped them. We fixed their cart, sent them on their way. I imagine they're somewhere on the Menagerie Coast, They're a menagerie on the Menagerie Coast. I get it.
Also, my
And you're
my
never allowed to
keyboard is
change ever.
my keyboard is being a booger, so I can't type it out. But for some reason, Tony, in my head, when you're telling your story, my brain heard Care Bear Van.
I heard Care Bear too, but I was like,
I
don't,
did too.
Heather.
I did too. I heard Care Bear. And I
Well,
was
now
like,
I'm wondering if I said that.
what?
Funny thing is, only I've been drinking. He's just
It's
like
a-
this normally.
Yeah, they attacked a
Dumb.
Bear
You
Van.
mean dumb?
Huh.
That's the name of the circus, Care Bears. All right, yeah, we're off to have dinner and I guess retire back. I don't think we had
I
anything
think-
else we needed to do.
I think Pandemonium
Arno.
should definitely visit the Care Bear Circus.
No, that's Thorn's gig.
No.
Just absolutely not.
I still do not accept that name.
Yeah, because we don't have anything planned for the bowl because we're still trying to find Ty.
Mhm.
Nothing new on Darcia. I guess we could visit Amelia again, but I think she more wanted to hang out with Lucas for, unsavory things.
I thought you'd already talked to her.
Yeah.
Or was there more to that?
No, I think she just wanted to hang out with Lucas.
Mhm.
Oh, she wants to hang out with you too, Thorn. So,
I'm no longer interested.
so you were at one point?
I could have been. But, short-lived when she immediately just wants the tall redhead, so...
Brunette.
Correct.
Still gotta
Tall
get that
brunette.
fixed. I mean, you're kind of both tall brunettes, unless you've been keeping yours colored.
I mean, his was bleached
I don't think it's been
not
very
too
long.
long ago.
Yeah, I wonder how long it takes for Lucas to have some orange roots.
He might be getting some by this point, but...
Yeah. We've been here.
I
I think
couple
it's
weeks,
been like
isn't it?
I think it's been like a week and a half, 10 days.
I've never colored my hair, so I don't know how long it takes. For
Did
Lucas
haven't
to
Lucas
either.
get going.
color his hair before Bazozan or at Bazozan?
The day before Bazozan.
So it's been about 2 weeks then, I think. But still, just a little bit of roots, probably.
Yeah, depending on how fast his hair grows.
Yeah.
Does he have a mop, an unruly mop of hair?
Oh.
All right. Well, the rest of the evening is relatively uneventful compared to the past little bit, going to the bakery and turning in evidence. Y'all recovered your ruidium, or you recovered a ruidium short sword. Turned that in, got your gold prize divvied out amongst the 5 of you. Will that be all for? I've already forgotten the name of the new month. I'm so used to saying
Quenpilar.
Festivin. Yes, are we ready to wrap up the first of Quenpilar?
Yep.
Yep.
Would Arno have time to go to the forge?
If you want to do like a half day of work.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ix wants to go with, if only to visit the blacksmith.
Alrighty. So yeah, Arno and X can go up to the ridge, to Ariok's forge and smithy. Arno, you and Ariok working together very nearly have finished up the new set of chain armor. It just needs the finishing touches put on tomorrow if you are able. And Hicks, you get to meet Ariok. I can re-describe him since it has been a while. He has what at first appears to be fairly normal orcish features, except that his skin almost has like a non-metallic gold color to it, and kind of a platinum blonde hair. He is very pretty, especially not even for an art. He's just pretty.
That's
and
good.
if you stay a bit for him and Arno doing a bit of work on the armor, you do see his eyes start to glow and emit light
That is badass.
as he's just getting into the joy of crafting.
Hicks at some point when there is like a lull in what they're doing will kind of lean into Arno. How does he do that?
Do what? The glowy eyes?
Yeah, I have to use magic for it. Is he using magic?
I don't know.
Well, all right then. She'll then turn and actually ask him, Ariok, I have a question, if you don't mind me being forward.
Yes.
How do you get your eyes to glow like that?
They just do that sometimes, usually when I'm working.
Your eyes just glow normally.
I wouldn't call it normal. They glow quite fabulously, I would say, but
Well, that goes without saying. Is this a genetic thing, or is this magic, or is this just what you're inherently just always had?
I mean, it's probably something to do with the angel that has overseen me since I was a wee lad. But yeah, something like that.
An angel? As if you weren't already gorgeous enough. All right. Thank you for answering my questions.
It's like he looks a little bashful, but he's not telling you to stop.
Nah, she just wanted to tease him a little. I don't think she'll probably come back here anytime soon. She doesn't really have a reason.
And just for funsies, I will repost his image just to have it convenient.
Stand by what I said.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, and the glowing intensifies again when he gets back to work. So it you get the feeling he just really enjoys his craft and what he does, and it shows physiologically.
That's actually really cute.
Yup. Arno enjoys it. They have a really good time.
Arno's eyes are not glowing, but they almost look like they could be.
Yup. But he's
Arno's
got
eyes
his
always
muscle.
glow.
It's fucking hammered. You know, sweaty in a good way, that thing.
Also, yeah, Kitty called it out before I decided if I wanted to say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do you mean you don't have a reason to come back?
She got enough men to deal with.
True. Got her more than her fair share. Got an unfair share of men that she has to put up with.
I wouldn't say it's unfair share. I wouldn't say it's unfair share.
It's a little unfair to her sometimes.
I occasionally, but she kind of puts herself in that position. Let's be fair.
This is just a check. Am I frozen on everybody else's end?
Yeah,
we
you
can't
are.
see you're buffering. You're not even frozen for me. You're just
I can hear you fine, but yeah, your
Yeah.
image is frozen.
Okay.
A still image for me.
Yeah, it's a still image for me too. I just was wondering if that translated to audio.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
I won't
Can't stop
lie,
here.
I just thought you were concentrating really hard on something on your desk.
I just really want to know how long I've been frozen because I feel like that explains a lot.
Mm.
Um,
Have you been making faces that we didn't react to?
I might have been, yeah.
Aw!
I don't know how long I've been frozen.
Well, that's
In
a
that
shame.
regard, just for my own benefit, since again I think I was frozen for a long time, can I get an insight check belatedly from Bast, Andy, and Tony?
Ooh. Okay. Oh, I rolled so well.
Not so good for me. I only got a 10.
22.
What's Arno's?
Me too.
Ooh.
22 as well. Oh man. All right, cool. Thanks.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, okay.
Do you want, do you
No,
want to go to
no.
the secrets channel?
No, we don't need to go to the sneaky chat. I'll text
Do
you.
it.
No, I might hop out for a second and hop back in though and see if that unfreezes my video.
Okay. Is everybody except Heather goes to the secret channel?
No, it's not that
I
dramatic.
feel
I
like
just
it's fair.
it would be worth it, but no, that would just be too much drama.
It would be funny for
Stars
me. though.
Tony did post in roll 20 for you.
Yeah, I think somebody else had something they wanted to do too outside of the Forge, but if we have time for characters to do thing, I have a thing for Ben. After whatever this mystery is and whoever else wanted to go.
Yes, absolutely. Things can be done. Also, Jess, look up.
Okay.
Making-
I was
I
also
thought-
wondering if you had frozen again.
Same position. It's just my go-to expression. Damn,
Yeah,
I'm so
that's-
mad about that. I was making all the faces.
You also do sometimes when you're concentrating on something just stay in that pose for a long time, so it's really hard to tell.
You're not wrong, but I was over dramatizing certain movements for a little while. And that
and-
didn't
and
go as
nobody
planned.
was commenting on it.
I
I'm gonna
whined
say
about
I
it to
missed
Kitty
it.
very briefly. I did.
Understandably disappointing.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. All right. Now I'm seriously just typing to myself, so that's why I'm looking down.
Okay. So while that is being resolved, Ben, what were you thinking of?
Ben actually legitimately wants to find the tattoo shop
Hmm.
of the guy he impersonated today.
Ah. Okay. Is that a next day thing, or do you want to locate it this evening?
Well, if it's gonna take more time than we have to actually visit, or oh wait, they're probably closed, aren't they?
You could find where it is if you want to try that.
Okay, why not? Let's do that.
And you don't know if it's necessarily closed right away. Okay. Are you having anybody come with you, or are you just off investigating wherever you think it might be?
Do you tell anybody that you're going to go find the tattoo shop?
I will at least say that when they announced him at the bowl, I don't remember if I did or not, but I will say they mentioned his shop is in the bazaar.
Mhm.
Ben would just be
So
like,
you're not
"Hey guys, I'm gonna go
just
find that cool
guessing.
tattoo guy. Might get some ink. Want to come with me?"
The magic tattoo guy?
Yes, the one who I beat up really bad, and then the one who I also impersonated today. No, wait, that was Gazpacho.
totally different person.
Very different.
Yeah, I've
Looks
got
very similar though.
money burning a hole in my pocket. I might check it out.
Okay.
Actually, that's the rubidium burning.
That guy is that guy in the bazaar?
Mm-hmm.
I might go with just to go scouting around for a certain other asshole in a minute.
Naturally. Okay. Well, let's say either Ben with advantage or Ben and one of your companions can make an investigation check trying to find where Grom's tattoo shop is.
Does somebody have a better investigation than +1?
Not me.
Arno, but
Nope.
he's not there.
All right, I'm gonna make an investigation check. Let's see what happens.
Oh god, Ix has a
Nope.
+4.
That's a 3.
At advantage, if
Oh,
we're
was
helping.
it? Did I get advantage?
Yeah, we'll just say Thorn and Lucas are helping, so you get advantage.
I like the idea that Ben is just very distracted by his promotion, that he's actually providing disadvantage to this investigation. But
He is
if I
so
do roll with
excited
advantage,
about his ink.
I have a 16 now. So.
Okay. Indignation. Yes. Okay. Yeah. 16 is plenty to locate this shop. It's not like hidden or anything. It's a big area, so you ask around, and eventually somebody is able to point you toward it. He is known enough, especially after his appearance in the bowl, and just existing reputation. I haven't decided yet where on the map it is, so that the feather might randomly move later. But you are directed to Grom's tattoo shop within the Suncut Bazaar. It takes a little while to track it down and get there. It is kind of in a cluster of buildings that are all kind of mushed up together. Is 2 stories tall. The lower story that appears to be his shop front. The windows are dark, and there is we'll say there's a sign indicating that it's closed. You do see a light in one of the upper windows.
This is deja vu all over again.
Is there any thieves' camp on the sign?
There is no field of colored dots on the sign, or anything else that would indicate a code phrase.
Okay. Oh, that's where it is. I guess he lives here. That's pretty cool.
We probably should have figured it'd be closed. It's
Yeah.
kind of late.
It'll save us time next time, though.
Well, I guess we'll just have to take our time walking back and see what else is around.
Is it bad that, like, out of character, Ben wouldn't be thinking this, but my first D&D instinct is, well, the DM set the lights on. Obviously, we gotta rob the place.
I was just thinking about how we went to the forge and the light was on, and Arno was like knocking on the back window of his bedroom, being like, "Hey,
Listen, he had a gut instinct, and he was right.
Also, that was during the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes it better or not, but it was a slightly different scenario.
He will stop meddling when his meddling doesn't turn out to be accurate, okay, and like useful. So, just one day, maybe.
Very good, very good.
I don't know, fair. Maybe in the morning you can come get a tattoo."
Let's see, and where should it? I don't know. I'll decide later if I need to where on the map his tattoo parlor actually is. But you have located it. It appears to be closed for the evening.
I'll help you out with that, Stars. It needs to be directly under the word cut, because that guy was cut.
Valid. Or there's a cluster of mushed up buildings. It'll say right above the cut. Because he's
a cut above the rest.
Precisely.
We needed to tag team that. It was coming from either of Heather's ears because I'm on her right and you're on her left.
You know, that's actually accurate because he is on the left side of me.
Like, hey, Heather. Poke. Come on, just poke her with me.
You're just poking a wall on my end.
Yeah, you're poking a wall on my end, bro. Hey, there you go.
Well, for me, I'm on the top left of the screen and you're in the middle. So
It's actually how it's set up for me
wow.
too.
This is how it's set up for
Yeah,
me
but you were
too,
pointing
so-
to the right for us. Or pointing to the left when you need to point to the right. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's funny.
All of this from a terrible pun. Thank you, Tony.
For the sake of
What
the
I do.
recording, Jess, lift your right hand up. Okay, poke to your right side.
Why? Heather's on this side of me.
But for the recording,
Oh,
yes,
that's harder than it looks.
I mean, Stars, you're pointing to the wrong direction as well right now. But
That's what I was talking about.
all right, this
This
is
is Heather.
this is very
Anyway.
silly. Let's get back on track.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is very important, serious business. This is gonna be relevant later, somehow.
There's gonna be a quiz later.
Heather was on
Be-
what side of Stars? Episode 37.
This will be on the test. All right, Lucas.
Yeah.
In the meantime, go ahead and give me an investigation check or perception check.
Oh, I get to pick. I think they're both shitty. Hold on. Perception or investigation? Oh, that's one modifier difference. That's a mod 20.
Mod 20. All right.
And it's the night market.
We are getting toward the night market.
Stars is like, do I want to give up the ghost here?
You have confirmed he has not set up shot in this part of the bazaar.
God damn it.
All right. Any other evening activities for the party? Also, is Ix staying the whole time? Arno was there for about 4 hours. Just
Yeah, Ix would
making
stay.
lists.
She'd clean up around the forge, keep herself busy. She wouldn't
Watching
try and
two
do any of that.
attractive men, probably with their shirts off, working at a fiery forge. Why would Ix leave?
Thank you. Thank you.
The banter. The banter.
Valid.
I'm just gonna walk home, guys. You enjoy your sweat. Are you sure you don't need a towel?
Ix is having a good time. She's cool. She's at 4 hours. She's fine. She's rejuvenated, in fact.
It's a free show.
And you guys need some water? I can bring you some water.
Just a whole bucket and just dumps it on their head. You never said you wanted a drink. You just said you wanted water. All right, sorry,
Wait,
yes.
I thought you said you were thirsty.
Well, that's me. So I just finished my drink. But yeah, no, she would leave with Arno.
All right. Okay. So
Arno would
eventually
give
everybody-
very, very specific details about when Aryak will be up tomorrow, because if they're that close, Arno is like, just need to finish it.
You got a half a day of work left to put on the finishing touches.
Yeah, so hence why he'd be like, so when do you think you'll be up? By like 10 a.m. maybe? Maybe like noon? 8 a.m. Get to bed now.
I'm usually up pretty early, actually.
Yes.
The day we met was unusual circumstance.
That is very true.
Okay, so Arno is determined to come by early in the morning tomorrow.
Yes.
I guess get us a sneak peek at Lucas's new armor.
Mm-hmm.
Any last minute things, or is everybody ready to go to bed?
That's good.
Sleep time.
Let's do
All
it.
right. You all retire to your rooms at the Foolish Serpent Inn. A long rest is successfully completed. Nothing interrupts your hopefully peaceful slumber. And we come to day 2, the second day of Quen Pilar. We've hit the weekend. Woo. Living for the weekend. All right.
And then we hear about a shop burning down.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
I have a feeling before that even. Arno has been waiting long enough.
Yes. Right.
Arno heads up to the ridge to Ariak's shop bright and early. He is there waiting for you, has everything all set out, ready to go. Get the last bits put back together. You put some extra elbow grease into getting this suit of armor finished up. Get it all ready to go to present to its future bearer. Around midday, you put on the final touches, get the last pieces attached, make sure they all fit together nicely. I need you to give me a smithing tools check using intelligence, and you have advantage on the roll since Ariak was helping you the entire time.
Okay. So smithing tools is just
intelligence plus your proficiency. And I'm going to look up what I told you the DC for this was.
Every finger crossed.
I know. So proficiency, intelligence,
D20.
D20. Alright. Come on, baby. No. Okay. Ooh, oh, suck. Okay. 19 plus 5. 24. 24.
Okay, well, the DC was 12 to not botch it. All right. You feel pretty happy with the work that you have done, and it was quite a lot of work. So it's there's kind of some catharsis finally being done with it, and Ariak joins you in looking over what you two have accomplished, and he's got his face looks how you're feeling right now, just proud, satisfied, combination of feelings, and yeah, it is ready to go.
He just packs it up all nice, nice like.
All right, yes. I don't know how armor is typically like stored for transportation, but
In a sack.
whatever whatever
No.
folding wrapping is appropriate is taken care of. And you have a bundle. Let's see. I need to check. I should just have this up anyway for my reference and y'all's. Okay. All right. You have finished your set of Sunshield chainmail. Sunshield, Sunshield in one word. All right. And well, that takes up the entirety of the morning. What is everybody else doing for the first half of the day? And then we can get to Arno presenting it when he feels appropriate to do so.
I'm sure there's breakfast.
This isn't
Breakfast, huh?
necessarily I'm doing something, but Thorn is gonna keep like an eye out for any messages from the consortium.
Okay.
Because it's been a couple of days, I think, or at least a day. But...
Oh, messages from, say again?
Consortium.
From the consortium. Yes, there is no letter that has been slipped under your door this morning.
Okay.
Ix would probably go visit Shira if we're not doing anything else, since we're kind of waiting on the Bowl of Judgment.
Okay. Oh yeah, so let me see. Okay, that should work out pretty well then. Okay. Okay, that's all lining up pretty well. I'm just keeping track of where things are falling on the calendar. Like how far we are from that whole Bowl of Judgment thing. Okay. All right. So Ix is checking on Shira. The same as before. Seems like she's not like being worked to the bone, but they have shown her like some just basic chores, just to something for her to do. She also seems to be getting tutored a little bit. Somebody at the Cobalt Soul is helping her figure out her magic, getting that under control.
That's awesome.
So she won't have to worry about accidentally hurting people with it.
Would Ix be allowed to take her out for a little bit, like a couple hours or something? Does she have to sign like a permission slip? Is there a sign out sheet? What would that be? Anyway, yeah, she'd pretty much just want to take her out for a little bit.
Ix suggests the idea, and Shira looks very excited. Starts begging her caretaker to go out with you. They start to say, well, you had listing off things she had to be doing today that were planned. They relent and let Shira go with you for a while.
Yes, we're gonna have so much fun fucking with people.
She is a little reticent to use her magic on people.
No. Ix was just gonna let Spren and Radiant cause trouble, but nothing like crazy. Just entertainment.
I was gonna say you have a fake ghost with you, so.
No, we won't talk about that. Ix won't bring that up unless Shira does.
Okay, she does not. So very good. So you have girls' morning. Go get some brunch together, maybe.
Yeah, get her some food. Take her to a cool little store. Get her a little trinket, whatever. Keep her occupied.
You can tell that she is greatly enjoying the time.
And then Ix would have her back in a timely manner and hand her off to the caretaker. Tell Shira to be good, that kind of thing.
Perfect. Ben, around the time of second breakfast, you get a message through the sending stone from the expositor, as usual. I didn't prepare one, so I'm not going to have a word for word try to figure out something in 25 words or less. But you do receive the news that Crook's Bakery was found burned to the ground. I say as I'm actually giving you a message after all. Do you know anything more that might have indicated a cause for that? Please see us if you do.
Ben responds. He's like, holy shit. Did that guy leave something in the oven too long? I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know anything else.
Valid. But yes, later on, if any of you are anywhere like close to the river district, like even in the bazaar, or Ix might hear something. Actually, yeah, Ix, you would probably hear about it when you go to the Temple of the Mentor to see Shira. You hear people not talking to you to ask you about it, but discussing a bakery that was burned to the ground with the owner inside last night.
Oh, after dropping Shira off, she'd probably head on over there. Not to, like, touch or stir up anything, just to see.
Just to rubberneck a little.
Uh-huh. I'm sure she won't be the only one.
Okay.
Always returns to the scene of the crime.
Bro.
But yeah, no, you get close enough to the area to kind of scope out the situation. It does seem like it's kind of been cordoned off. There's one or two official-looking folks kind of overseeing the situation, keeping curious passersby from getting too close. But yeah, no, that building is completely obliterated and still smoking a little bit.
Damn. Does it seem like it would have been, like, an oven fire, like an accident, or does it actually seem more, I guess, from a distance? Should I roll an investigation with disadvantage? Pretty much Ix wants to see if this was an accident or if it was purposeful, because let's face it, with what's going on here.
Well, they're not letting you get close, so you could make a perception check to see if you could discern any details like that from where as close as you can get.
18.
18. Okay. Well, you know where in the building the kitchen had been because you saw it. You may have heard or seen such things happen before. Something catching fire in a building. Usually like a kitchen fire, somebody would manage to put it out before the entire building goes down. There is almost nothing left. Like barely any of the frame of this building is still standing.
Got it. Ix wouldn't stay for very long after her very short investigation and walk off.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Notably, you do also see like where that back room had been. You see a couple of people that are dressed like the Hands of Ord are kind of going through that and poking through the wreckage, seeing what there is to see. Okay. Any of the rest of you have plans for the morning or the day?
So if we're just doing whatever, invite Thorn, want to go get some tats?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh man.
Well, now that you know where the parlor is, Ben, you and Thorn, and anybody else who wishes to go.
If everyone else is off doing their thing, Lucas will come with, but he's not getting a tattoo.
Okay. So the three of you head back to Brahm's tattoo parlor. It, I know, depending on when you go, like by mid morning, mid to late morning, it is open. And inside, you see a familiar face that you more or less assumed at one point recently. You see the kind of orcish, kind of elvish proprietor. With he has his shirt on, but with the sleeves up, so that his tattooed arms and face are exposed at the moment. He sees you enter. He starts to greet you like customers, and then he recognizes you.
Ben, like, completely forgetting that he recently kicked this guy's ass rather quickly, he looks at Thorn, he looks at the guy, and he's like, "Oh, hi, I'm... You do tattoos, right?"
I do, yes. The Dragon Warrior, right?
The one and only.
It's been some time. Yes, I most certainly do tattoos. Can I interest you in a tattoo?
You wouldn't, like, raise the prices on me just because I beat you, would you?
If I'm gonna be honest, that kind of makes me not want to raise my prices on you.
All
Any
right.
of you can any of you can make an insight check on him if you would like.
I'm going to, but I trust it anyway, even if I roll low. Which I did. I got a natural 1. I'm pretty enamored. I don't know why I clicked it twice. But...
Like I know he might be a little bitter about that. Probably gonna overcharge you.
Nah, Ben doesn't care. Hey, and this is my friend. Are you going by Thorn still now here? Oh wait, this is my friend. He also wants a tattoo.
Thorn. My name is Thorn.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I think you went.
That was
after-
partially me forgetting whether or not I was supposed to use a pseudonym.
That's fair, but it felt in character for Ben.
Yes, very much so.
I'm happy for
I
that
assumed it
nice
was.
coincidence.
But yes, I remember. Both of you actually. You were also at the bowl the same day. It's a pleasure to formally meet you, I suppose. But yeah, well, is there something you had in mind?
I hear you do magic tattoos. What type of magic?
That's what you had in mind. Yeah, he goes into business mode a little bit. Although he seems to be trying to keep Ben in a good mood. Even though he really doesn't need to try, but he's still trying.
How do you spell this guy's name again, by the way?
Grom.
Thanks.
Let's see. Yes, Grom Galenadel, but I don't know that you necessarily need his last name.
No, I was just tired of typing tattoo artist. Thank you.
Yeah, Grom. Okay, let me actually pull up the list of magic tattoos that exist. Also, those are homebrew magic items. That's not what we want.
Is it particularly the magic tattoos from Tasha's?
It is.
I would know exactly what Thorn would want then, if it is available. If we're just going with like the full list.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I will say, those ones are a little more expensive than just getting a regular tattoo, but I'm sure you expected that much.
I do. I don't necessarily know that I will be able to afford what I want, but I still want to know how much it is.
Perfect. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, I'll just say he describes some of the more basic ones that he can do first. Let's see, and kind of gives off how much those would cost. But just to save us time, which ones are each of you interested in?
The
While I
one
pull up
I
list.
was specifically interested in, and the main reason why I'm not certain I can afford it is because it is one that's rated as very rare. But the Life Well tattoo.
Let's see. Trying to remember something here. Ah, he actually has one of those on his person. Kind of shows it off to you a little bit. There's imagery of like there's an ankh is prominent, and some other symbols related to like life and protection and such like that. Um, but yes, how much would a life well tattoo be? That is the question. Probably a number you're not going to like. I can tell you that much for free. And I'm looking in the wrong computer. Okay. This is the danger of not having all of your stuff consolidated. Someday I'll set up like a cloud, like a local cloud drive or something. I can just pull up my stuff from any device. But it is not this day. And what is Ben interested in?
Ooh.
I think I know, but there are options.
Well, I might be able to afford the Eldritch Claw tattoo.
Let's see.
I just looked up the price of a very rare magic artifact. Good luck.
Yeah, I am not using those prices, thankfully. Those prices are not quite in line with what this book gives people.
Here's some tattoos. You know what they cost? More than your life.
Pretty much. Let's see. All right. Well, I'm not going to say a number because then I have to commit to it. I will say, though, it's at least 5 figures.
The Life Well?
Yeah. It's at least 4 figures, probably the upper end of the thousands. So yeah, it is not an inexpensive one.
Yeah. Okay. Guess we're gonna steal that at some point.
Steal a tattoo.
Say, how do you steal a tattoo?
It's a needle that you'll just kind of apply to your skin for some time. That's why he was able to show it off.
Make an Arcana check. Because he's not showing you the magic needles.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant when you said that, like, he happened to have one on hand.
He's wearing
No,
one.
like
It's tattooed
on
his
his
body.
body, he has one.
Oh, I see. That makes more sense.
I'm gonna steal that right off his arm.
He has decorated himself.
Steal his arm.
This is like
Take his
me
skin
knowing how the tattoos are supposed to work, like book-wise, just
Yes.
messing up
But
what I
does
thought
Thorn
Stars
have
was saying.
experience with?
But
Yeah, does Thorn have experience with the magic tattoos?
I don't know. 16.
16. Okay. You would probably at least be able to intuit that it's like a some kind of magical thing that he uses to apply, but whether or not you're familiar with the specific mechanism of it. Well, actually, yeah. Thorn is uncertain whether it is something that requires skill to apply.
Okay.
Let's see. The Eldritch Claw tattoo. Where's the other thing? Okay.
That one technically only has an uncommon version for what that's worth.
Right. That one is a little more affordable. Let's see. Yes. Okay. That one typically is about 1,000 gold. Occasionally, people who don't want to pay that much. They are able to supply me with some magical component with a similar effect, and I can turn that into the ink, depending on what it is. That would lower the price if you're providing some of that, but not everybody just has something like that on hand. That. What are the chances?
I feel
What
like
are the
that's
chances, Ben?
bait. It's totally bait.
To say, what type of thing do you need for that?
Yeah, something with a similar effect that maybe you don't want to be seen wearing or carrying around on your belt.
Told you, bait. Well, I'll tell you what. We don't have that kind of money, so we'll see you later. Hey, if you want to come challenge me at the bowl again, I know how I can make a little bit more money. See ya.
And Ben leaves, I presume.
Making friends.
I missed it. Were you actually thinking about getting a tattoo from this guy? Because I'm pretty sure you're never gonna get one. Next time you come back, it's gonna be $2,000.
We'll see. Just a little lighthearted ribbing. But yes, Ben probably will do that at some point.
Okay.
I
But
feel
yes,
like the
providing
down.
a component would significantly cut down the monetary cost. Like by most of it.
Interesting.
I'm just saying.
Would we have like glowy skin? Would we be evil?
I mean, if you want it to, it could glow while it is in use.
Oh, it's just rubidium. It's fine. Just, that tingling sensation on your fingers, it's just gonna be permanent on your shoulder.
Yeah, you're going to be injecting that into your skin.
It's not what I was talking about.
Oh.
I mean, that's probably also an option.
You would ask for one picture, and he would just put a dick on the side of your face or something.
Gonna say I wouldn't trust a tattoo artist right now that I just blasphemized on my way out the door.
Well, yes, I was visited by a blue tiefling recently. How could you tell?
Are you hinting at something other than ruidium for that? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Apparently, you have something on your person that you don't want to show off to people.
That has a similar effect to an Eldritch Claw tattoo.
I wonder if it could possibly be an insignia that you must keep hidden at all times.
Yeah, but the problem is the insignia doesn't require attunement, and it's a permanent +1 to my unarmed strikes. So
That's fair. That would be a trade-off. Yeah.
Permanent while you're wearing it.
well, I mean, like, yeah.
So you are a little limited on where that can be applied. Just saying. Or you can save up 1,000 gold.
I was gonna say we're probably halfway there. I don't know about you.
Whoa, he's halfway there.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
a
halfway
few
there.
more Cobalt Soul missions, and you'll be fine.
Hit up your friends for a loan.
With that. Maybe not right now, since you just insulted him.
I didn't insult him. I invited him to a rematch.
So that you could make money.
I had to give him incentive to go.
I'm pretty sure your next match is already taken.
Okay, but there's going to be
Yeah,
another one
Ben.
after that, probably.
Ben beats him up for money, and then he gives the guy that money in exchange for a tattoo. So he gets money whether he wins or loses. Because if he beats Ben, he just gets the money. Marvelous. All right. Well, let us go ahead, fast forward to midday. Arno has
I'd like to take a potty break before I have to RP this.
absolutely. Let us take a brief break for potty and whatever else is required.
Thank you. I want to be at my best.
Welcome back, everyone. Now that the break is over, now that potties have been had and snacks have been gobbled. So, picking up where we were about to pick up, Arno is making his way back to the Foolish Serpent with a fresh package in hand. How does that go down?
Probably multiple hands. A big package. Are we even back?
Well, Andy's muted, so that doesn't help.
Every time.
It was such a grand reveal. You should have heard it.
No, it's okay. Arno probably will just like bring it up to their room and like put it on Lucas's bed, like all nice and folded and stuff. Like adjust it a few times just to make sure it's perfectly placed.
Wanting to make jokes, but I don't want to ruin this.
So, sorry, I was reading, double checking something. So, are you setting it out for him to find, or are you showing it off to him?
Well, so he's not back yet, I don't think. So if he's not back, then he's placing it on Lucas's bed.
Okay. We'll say it goes that way. Yeah, I
That's
like
fine.
that.
Yeah.
We can kill time in the market, even if
Yeah.
Ben gets kicked out of the tattoo parlor pretty early.
Ben is probably hankering for some real honey flame bread
It is
Oh
true.
yes.
since you are in that area.
That's fine. It's probably a good lunchtime.
Okay.
Can't afford a tattoo. Might as well get some bread.
Mm-hmm.
You've got enough dough for some bread.
At this rate, you should just ask her to teach you how to make it.
So yeah, so Arno gets his gets it all ready and out on display across the bed. So you don't have to wait too long. Lucas and the others return to the Foolish Serpent. You can you're probably listening. I imagine you hear them come in, or you see them come in if you're down there. But yes, the recipient to be returns.
I still can't believe you insulted him, Ben.
Wasn't an insult. It was taunting.
Whatever you say.
Hi.
Okay. Okay.
Guys, we've known each other for weeks now. It's okay. You can have a conversation together.
No, no, not allowed. Yeah. Honestly, no, I'm gonna keep it. That's how he says hi. He's nervous and excited. Like, oh yeah, okay.
To be fair, he just invested a lot of time, money, and effort. So I hope he likes it.
It's true. It's fair. It was just really funny.
Lucas is gonna look at it and be like, "This looks like trash." Oh my god, he would never.
Oh,
But
he
can
would
you
never.
imagine? Arno would burst into tears and die.
Get out of here. Don't even make that mental image.
Yeah, he probably would just have a like, look, do you want to go up to the room with me for a bit?
Well, that was sudden and forward, and sure.
You know
Sounds
why?
about right.
Beat around the bush sometimes. Just go.
It's right there.
He totally takes his hand and like drags him up the stairs.
Eager much?
No complaints. I mean,
Oh, she would have said
surprise.
that under her breath. Oh, when you guys were leaving, she would have said that to you. She just would have said it like, "All right."
Yep, he just drags him up the stairs. Doesn't say anything. It's just like buzzing.
Into it,
If his eyes glowed, they would be right now.
right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If they could, they would.
Yeah, once they got to the door, he'd be like, all right, close your eyes.
I mean, are we starting this out here?
Maybe.
You are full of surprises, Arno Firebrand, and he closes his eyes.
He would grin and be like, oh, you have no idea. Would grin and open the door and then take him by both his hands and like gently lead him into the room, position him towards his bed. I'm just gonna be like, right, open.
Open. Looks down. Is confused for a minute.
His grin turns into a shit-eating grin of like, gotcha.
And like we all know Arno has been working on this. This is zero surprise. Like
Worst kept secret.
worst
He
kept
doesn't know what it looks like. Or
No,
what
not
it
at all. Not at all. The closest we ever got was him accidentally picking up a page with the designs on it and Arno snatching it from him and being like, no, you can't see that. I want it to be a surprise.
So Lucas,
Yeah.
your eyes are uncovered, and you see laid out across the bed the brand spanking new set of chainmail armor. It is incredibly shiny, much shinier than what you had been wearing, to be expected, perhaps. But the let's see, you probably guessed that it was going to be mithril because Arno was looking for somebody who was experienced working with mithril or was selling it. You're familiar enough with mithril. You know it's got like a white silver sheen, and it's very lightweight, but still tough as steel. The metal on this armor is silver in color, but when the light from the window hits it, it doesn't give off like, just, normal silvery reflections. The like the light that reflects off of this armor is almost like a golden color, despite the silvery metal. And you'd never heard of that happening before.
I know that we've seen pictures of Lucas in his armor, but Arno, I would love a color description of this in your words.
Yes. So the actual chain mail in the metal is the silvery, with the golden sheen, but it actually has bits that are colored blue, because Arno remembered that Lucas's favorite color is sapphire. And so he has like also is included like an outer wear to put over it. That's red, and there are designs, and on one of the shoulder like plates, there's actually engraved a little hellcat there with like a little blue flaming eye in it, like blue fire. And it's fitted perfectly to Lucas. And when Lucas picks it up, it's super light and just, I don't know, looks so pleased and yet so nervous. He might actually be standing like this, just watching for Lucas's reaction, just like, me and Oriok are so proud, but if he doesn't like it, I might cry.
I love it. I say out of character. In character, I would love you to make an insight check.
Okay. Eight.
8.
He's too frazzled. He don't see shit. He don't see shit.
7.
We just got two flustered boys up in here.
Sorry, I was letting Andy have her moment there and not choke on her water bottle.
Oh no, I moved on to alcohol. I decided I needed alcohol. So
Oh wow. Okay. Well, Lucas is just staring at this armor on the bed. I'd say one of the rare times you've ever truly seen him speechless. I would say that there's a flicker of something at the beginning, but I don't think that you can quite tell what it is. But it's kind of overcome after a moment and kind of like pushed aside for just like, I think he's genuinely touched by what he sees here. And so he kind of stares at it. He kind of like steps towards it. I'd say like he kind of starts to put a hand out to like take a look at it. Hesitates as if like he's not sure he can actually touch it. And then I think he kind of runs his hand over probably the little Hellcat shoulder pad, I think.
mhm.
And then I think he's still silent, but he like picks up one of the pieces and like takes a closer look at it and like turns it this way and that, sees it glow. Like I said, I think he's just speechless for the longest moment. And still holding that piece of armor in his hand, he kind of turns and looks at Arno, and he just goes, "You really made this for me?" Why?
Why?
It must have cost a fortune, Arno. You don't just... I mean... I think he just has no words here. Like, there's just... he's just like, you don't do that for somebody. You don't do that for someone like me.
Oh, well, okay. So first, don't worry about what it cost. That's not the point. Second, what do you mean someone like you?
I don't think this is too much, Arno.
No, it's not. Yeah, he would like start like holding it up and like making sure that like
He's
Lucas
just like,
is
put it
holding
on.
it. Yeah, it's gonna be like, it is not. You've saved me multiple times.
This is just because you want me to be less loud when we're stealthing, isn't it?
Will it make you feel better if I pretend that is the reason why I made you this armor? Because yes, Lucas. It is only because when you clink around, you literally give me an anxiety attack. Anytime we go anywhere that we need to be quiet.
This isn't for you. This is for me and my peace of mind. So you're putting it on. That's what it was.
We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. We needed our moment of self-depreciation.
Let me help you help me.
Put it.
Yep, it's a gift for you, for me.
I
for
mean,
you.
Ix is literally outside the door at this point. We're not gonna lie and think she didn't walk up there and is listening to every word of this.
No,
behind the
she
door.
didn't, because there's other people there that would see her doing it, so she couldn't do it.
Who's gonna stop her?
Yeah. No,
Wait.
that's fair.
No, because you guys came back from the tattoo place. Didn't Lucas
Yeah,
go with
we
us?
all came
Yeah,
back.
see,
at the
so
same time.
Soren and Ben are clearly out there. So if Ix just suddenly like got up, like everyone would know, and Ix is like, "Nah, you don't need to know my business," so she'll just wait. Because let's face it, she'll just ask Arno, and he'll tell her everything. So
I mean, to be fair, they need to
So-
have a conversation anyway, so Arno will happily trade information.
So Ix is stopping Ix. Okay. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So Arno's holding the armor and Lucas is holding the armor. And I think that as you know, Arno's trying to joke it off, like, okay, fine, it'll make you feel better. Like, fine, whatever. You click around like a piece of shit. Like, I think like he knows full well Arno's bullshitting him on to make him feel better. And I think there's just a hesitation and then I would describe it as a hiccup, but he doesn't like actually hiccup. It's just like a change in a stutter in his like facade. And then I
Mhm.
think he genuinely just his expression just softens. And I think if Arno is not holding onto the armor very hard, I think Lucas will put the armor down onto the bed.
Mhm.
And then I think that he will lean in and just the biggest hug. Like crushing, like tight, very tight. I think Arno would probably even be able to just, it's very obvious he's kind of trembling a little. And a lot quieter. He just says, "No one has ever done something like this for me before. Thank you."
Yeah, Arno would hug him back just as tight and kind of like make sure that he's like rubbing his lower back. it's
his
he's
lower
trying-
back, his lower
He's 4
back.
foot. Lucas is much taller.
He can't reach his upper back.
No.
I think
No, he copped a feel. You know he copped a feel. Don't tell me lower back. I know where your hands are. They're on them buns.
No, this is
Don't lie
a
to me.
sentimental moment. He will 100%.
Ix
Grab
isn't
that
there.
booty.
Oh,
Right
yeah, I'm
there.
sorry.
He's not doing it right now. Okay, different vibe.
Ix isn't there.
Lower back.
Sorry.
And then just would stay there as long as Lucas wanted, and would probably just kind of like chuckle into the hug and being like, well, you better get used to it, because when I like people, I give them gifts. So you just gonna have to. We'll get you used to it.
I don't think he has a verbal response to that. But I do think that if his hair was red currently, his cheeks would be matching by the time he pulls away. And I think he's going to kind of swiftly turn around as they pull apart. I mean, Arnold will probably totally see it anyway, but swiftly turn back around to the bed, stare back down at the armor, and he's like, you know what? We should put this on. We should see if it fits. Like,
Yes, we should.
he's gonna do it. He's gonna put this armor on. And it's gonna be great.
Well,
I know. It will help him.
nicely having a second pair of hands cuts down the dawning time.
Really does.
Mhm.
And he's not taking a full set of armor off because he was just walking around getting fake tattoos with Ben and Thorn. So,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, 5 minutes to get that armor on, easy peasy.
Yeah. Just looking down at himself, just like turning this way and that, just like feeling the difference in the fact that, yes, I am wearing armor, but like, I'm not clunking around. Like, he's like, he walks around and it's like he's just regular he's like elated by this. Like, oh, he has never been more relieved.
Arno
fighting-
would just be happily like chittering and being like, "Oh yeah, it does that," and like I might have just been imagining things, but I feel like I could tell that with the armor that you had, it was like heavier than you were used to. So like you have more of a range of motion with this, and it's light. Like jump, you can jump, you can do all this kind of stuff.
Arno says the word jump, Lucas hops on the bed. Like, stars, do not roll to see if this bed breaks. I swear to
No.
God.
That is not what I'm rolling. Heather, high or low?
Low.
Okay, I won't make the dumb joke then. You spared everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Heather.
Lucas,
Yes.
you have donned this freshly made set of mithril armor made with the intent that it was for you from metal forged smelted in Palor's Sun Forge by an Azamar Smith and Arno Firebrand. Would you like to attune to it?
Yeah. Would I like to attune? Can I do anything I want while attuning to it as long as it's like a short rest?
I'm gonna hand wave that. You can just attune to it if you would like.
Fantastic. Otherwise, we were going to have an hour-long makeout section, so this sounds great.
Wait!
So,
No, don't wave it! Don't wave the time of it!
No, I like it. I like the idea of just auto-attune. This sounds great.
so Lucas is now attuned
Heather's face.
to the Sun Shield armor.
Mhm.
It has the properties of mithril, weighs half as much, does not impose disadvantage on dexterity checks, or stealth checks, rather, and has no strength requirement to wear. Also, while wearing it and attuned, you have resistance to fire and radiant damage. And the heat of Ank'Harel is not bothering you so much right now.
My ginger boy! There you go.
You actually feel a little cooler than you did like not wearing any armor at all.
Well, damn.
Nice.
You do good work, Arno Firebrand. What do you say we go show this off? Has everyone else seen it already? Am I the last one to see it?
The only person who saw most of it was Ix last night, but no one else has.
Well, then I think that's something that needs to change. All right, now
Right? Mm-hmm.
he like saunters out of the fucking room.
So, based on previous homebrew items, I don't remember what Tony did to fix things, but I posted a link to the homebrew item in discussion.
Oh, that's fabulous. I definitely can't add that myself, so maybe later or yeah, that would be great.
But the link is there.
Thank you.
And it has art because I found a picture. You can disregard that. It looks like Bast's picture as Arno described it.
I love it.
That's what generic Sun Shield armor would look like, theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't no generic shit here.
So yeah, when they enter, obviously Ix is looking in that direction, even though she's not over there. But the second that she sees them, she takes in every single detail she possibly can, does not hide that she is appraising. Could be the armor, could be Lucas, could be both. You don't know. But she does not break her gaze of it as they walk towards the table. She doesn't say anything, but she's clearly looking.
He is clearly smug as fuck. Comes up, kind of like does a thing, twirls around a bit. He's like, "How do I look?"
Amazing. Arno. It's gorgeous.
Nice upgrade.
And the armor looks good too.
It'll look even better when I'm a redhead again. Oh my god.
Ix will get up from her seat and she'll kind of walk around Lucas, kind of not poking and prodding, but just feeling the texture of it and the like. How does it feel?
Where have we been that it's cold out? We haven't been anywhere that it's cold, right? It hasn't been winter anywhere.
It was a little bit cool in Jorhas, but
Yeah,
not,
like
wintry.
At night, yeah.
Yeah, at night when we were in the desert.
Okay.
Or
Alright,
waste.
that's fine. That's fine. Ix is like, "How does it feel?" And Lucas is like you all are never gonna fucking make fun of me again. We're walking.
Ix will laugh at that because that is pretty funny. Like, yeah, I can see that. But all right, but how does it feel wearing it? Is it a good fit? It looks good.
It's like it was made for me, Ix.
Ix will look at Arno and just kind of like, not wink because there's no reason to wink, but she'll just look at him like, "You did good. This is amazing."
Oria did plenty too, but yes, it is my baby.
Well, Lucas, don't know what you did to earn it, but you look good.
I don't either, Ix, but I've been told to accept it, so.
It would be rude not to.
Exactly.
Yes.
He earned it by being adorable.
It is true.
All about this smile. Oh man, I feel like I could take on the entirety of Kalmar right now. That's good.
You could.
Brimming with confidence. You haven't seen this much confidence from Lucas since we got to Ankarel. Like, well, maybe when he beat the shit out of that guy in the bowl, but like outside of that moment.
That is very valid.
I need to go back to the bowl. What is my AC now, DM? I mean, I can click the link, but what is it?
Your AC is the same as your existing chainmail. just with the new
Refresh your page, Jess. It should be there.
Okay. So exciting, guys. Wait. Sun shield armor. Where's my other shit? Chainmail, go away. Sun shield armor.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're gone.
To the garbage.
Oh, how do I get rid of disadvantage on stealth checks?
It
It should be in there.
should.
Maybe I have to refresh that
Let
page
me
too. I'll look
check
into it
one
later. It's
thing.
totally. Oh no, it's gone. It's no. Yeah, it's gone. I just had to refresh
Okay.
that particular page. We're fine.
Okay. I was gonna say I thought I remembered to include that.
No, you're good. It's in there. I just had to refresh. Anyway, Lucas is preening. Absolutely no sign of the breakdown earlier. Preening like fuck.
I'm also realizing if the picture that I found, if that was what the armor actually looked like, we wouldn't be able to see Lucas's red hair anyway, until he grows a beard back.
Yeah, no thanks. I like my armor way better.
Valid.
It looks so good. I think I need to go to the spa. I think I have some things to take care of later in our next set of downtime. Gonna go back to a redhead. Well, what are we doing? You're back. We're all back. What's next?
It's about midday now, maybe a little after midday.
Do we know about the bakery burning down at this point?
Yeah, just Ix and Ben.
Well, Ben was
Yeah.
with us and Ix was with you. We all did our walking to and from. I mean,
Ix
how
wasn't
did
with
it
me.
go
Arno
down?
might be the one person who's out of the loop because he was at the forge when Ix was with
Oh.
little bits.
Mostly, I ask because I don't think. I mean, it sounds like we wouldn't be doing anything until we find out, all of us. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now that we're all
I'll be
together.
back in 2 seconds.
Okay. Now that we're all together, Ix would bring up, hey, while I was out and about today, took a stop at the bakery. They're permanently closed.
What, the hands of Ord fall down on them?
Oh, it appears the sun itself fell on them. The entire place is burned to ash.
Huh.
Ash?
It burned down in the night, supposedly. It's all the information I could really get from afar. I didn't really want to get too close, but that entire building is disintegrated. And not from a typical fire, but I have no further evidence.
Do they know when it happened?
I'm sure they do, but no one I could ask without raising suspicion.
Not overwhelmingly surprising, if you consider, they might have wanted to destroy more evidence.
Oh, the baker was dead inside.
Yeah, I mean, if they considered it, his fault that somebody got any evidence at all.
Oh, it was most certainly his fault for many reasons. He got what he deserved.
And the Cobalt Soul did tell me about it, and they said if we know anything to go see them, but I feel like we told them everything we know.
Yeah, we wouldn't know who did it.
I promise I didn't go back in the night to light it on fire. I did think about it, though.
I imagine if it were you, you would have grabbed a thing or two first.
Oh, you know I would have. And it wouldn't have been rock hard cookies either.
Yeah, I think we have enough of those.
I paid for my weapons fair and square.
So...
Yeah, but not everyone has to.
No
Are
storm
we
bait.
going to investigate that? Or are we just gonna let sleeping dogs lie, and if the Cobalt Soul or the Hands of Old ask
I mean,
us to, you know?
well, yeah, I mean, if they ask us to, I mean, it could be anybody. It's not like we know every bit of gang work here in the city and who would be after illegal weapons or if that's even what they were mad about.
I mean, I think we have an idea of who might be after Ruidium Sword, but the Cobalt Soul would know that too, so.
I don't see a reason for us to continue any investigation. We did what we had to do, and at this point, anything that would have been of value is either confiscated or destroyed.
Fair enough.
Speaking of, Thorn has the Dream, not Dream, yeah, Vermilion Dream. Have they contacted you at all?
No.
God, what's it gonna take? Are they just? Do they have better things to do?
They might be intentionally waiting just to see how interested or desperate I might be to join them. So I'm trying to seem blasé about it.
I'm not good with patience, but considering we know very little about them, it's not a bad tactic.
If I can make contact with them without, seeming too, obvious, seeking attention, I will, but I also don't know that it would benefit us for me to go out and seek them out.
Oh, yes. We've made contact. Not much more you can do without, like you said, seeming desperate.
Sounds like we're gonna sit back then until something happens, until somebody tells us to do something. Out of character, I am totally willing to fast forward another few days because I don't need to roleplay every passing day.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good.
So if we're gonna sit around and wait for a few days, what's our thought, Arno, on trying to find that that scroll that we were talking about? We don't even have to, do too much with it, but if we want to try to acquire some, this could be a good time. I waited till you took a very big bite. I purposely timed my question. You're also muted.
I said, yeah, that's a good idea. So that we at least have it so that during, the week we can RP.
Or play.
Sending out the message. Listen.
No, I think it's great. So yeah, I guess at some point we'd probably ask Ix, right? Like where she got it.
Yeah, Ix would readily tell you and even offer to show you if need be. Otherwise, you just give instructions.
That's great.
Direction, sorry, not instruction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if Lucas and Armo went to wherever it is in the bazaar to acquire or see about acquiring a new sending scroll, DM, are they in stock?
Yes. How many are you hoping?
Like
to
more
get?
than one?
Yeah, how many would they have?
Let's see. Well, one was purchased not too long ago.
Yeah.
I would say they have 2 in stock, and if you want more, they can make more. It'll take a few days.
Okay. The 2 would be a good start. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Buy both of
And
them.
then, how
Yeah.
many more would you want commissioned, Andy?
at least 2. He's like one other person that he would want to send a message to, and then he would want to have one just as a backup in case he fucks up or they suddenly need to send a message urgently.
Easily acquired. Okay. So you have
They were how
those.
much each?
75.
Okay.
That sounds right.
Do you want I can get 2, you can get 2? Since
Sure.
2 of them are definitely for you and 2 of them, you know, one of them at least is kind of for me.
Yeah.
I'll hear me doing math. I don't need to do math. I just need to click -75 twice. Goodbye, Cobalt Soul Money. It was nice having that number for a little while. If you want to hold on to one of the sending scrolls, and I'll hold on to the other for the time being, and then when you get the other 2, whatever works.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Since they are constantly trying to keep their inventory up, they tell you to check back in 2 to 3 days, but if you could give them longer, that would help them out.
Okay.
Custom scroll of sending.
It's a little shopping / commission trip to the bazaar.
Mhm.
Is there anything anybody else would like to get done with the rest of the current day?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, when evening rolls around, presumably having dinner at the Foolish Serpent, Ao's party comes in, fresh from whatever they were doing for the day. I haven't actually talked to them for a little while. But Ao looks around the common room, sees you all sitting at your table, and she actually hustles over to talk to the lot of you. Says, we haven't really spoken for a while. How are you all doing?
No reason to complain. How about you?
Well, they're definitely keeping us busy. That intruder is kind of on the back burner. We still haven't figured out anything there, but they have lots of busy work for us to do at the Crystal Chateau. And speaking of, actually, you remember Prolix Yusuf, the tiefling that brought us all here?
Yes.
He actually wanted us to pass on a message that he is hoping to speak with you all in the morning tomorrow, if you're available. Sounded like he had something that the Allegiance wanted to request of you. Sounded like a job, maybe? Didn't tell us what it was, but...
Why didn't they just ask you?
Well, like I said, they've got us doing all kinds of stuff, so I imagine it's something that needed a little more attention on it, but sounded like he had, like, Ix, you had spoken with the headmaster before, right?
I have.
Said for him to reach out if they had any work that you all might be able to do. So I imagine that's what that's about.
I want to insight check this.
Insight check.
What are you insight checking?
To see if he's lying.
Yeah, I want to see if she's holding back any information, or if she, because I don't know if this is just you stumbling over your words, but she sounds a little nervous to me. But that's a 21.
21. Huh? Oh. It's sad when I can't always say what the numbers are that I rolled. But no, that seems like what you see is what you get. She's just telling you what they told her.
And you have no idea what it could pertain to? Because I won't lie. I'm not interested in running errands.
He did say it was probably something that would interest you, but he was keeping it close to the chest.
Huh.
So I guess not information they just want out there. But he did say it's just if you're available, so it's up to you guys.
We'll keep it in mind.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get some food because today was busy. She waves goodbye and goes off to order something from the tavern.
As soon as she leaves, Thorn is just gonna be like, I don't like it.
You don't like a lot of things. There's nothing harmful about us going to look or hear them out.
It just feels
Also,
like they've been working with the Allegiance for some time now. If it's not a minor errand, why wouldn't they entrust it to people they've been working with? And
Maybe it has something to do with Elixion. Or that kind of thing.
how much did we tell? Out of character, how much did we tell them about Elixion? I don't
I
recall.
feel like we told them.
all of our visions and stuff.
Did we? I
Yeah,
thought that
yeah,
was
yeah.
just
You
to the
did tell them
Cobalt
about all
Soul.
that?
I thought that was just to the
Yeah.
Cobalt Soul and Ewo, but not to the Allegiance.
I feel like it was the first time we talked about it at the Cobalt Soul, but we might have talked about something. We talked about the Aloysia stuff.
We did talk about Aloysia. We also talked about the pendant of 3 prayers. We explained that.
Oh, the vestige.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah,
vestige,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
we haven't
how
told them
funny that.
everything.
But we did tell
Um,
them bits. Okay.
Yeah.
Enough.
And I
Enough
think-
that they could, yeah.
For them.
I think you have expressed interest to them about going into the mall.
Yeah, I was gonna get to
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Ix will kind of get a little quiet and then kind of glance over to Thorn. If you recall a conversation not too long ago, I did express interest in their ranks. This
That's
could be
true.
what he is possibly asking after.
Alright, fair.
What time of day is it?
Supper time, it's early evening, late supper time.
Supper time.
Supper
Hammer time. Sorry.
All right.
Stop.
I mean,
Supper time.
we go hear them out in the morning and decide there. I hardly think they're gonna try to force us to do something.
Oh, that would be fun. Let's try it. They wouldn't be so dumb.
Ooh, Ix is itching for a fight.
It's been a little bit. She hasn't sparred in a few days.
I mean, we could change that.
With your armor, I would die. But if you take it off, maybe.
I'm not taking this off.
Damn it.
Take it off.
I'd sleep in this if I could.
My back is fucked up, but this armor is rad. Yeah, so let's fast forward to the next day. Let's go. Let's walk into the Allegiance. I wanna give snide little expressions to the halfling. The halfling? Yeah. The guy that guards. What's his name again? Fuck.
You can't even remember his name. It's beneath.
Browser at the moment.
I can't. Well, listen. He does his job really well.
Like
It does.
Jor.
Jor something.
Jod. Or
Because I was like, Jar. It's not Jar.
Yeah, I was close.
I want to say it's Jor or
Cool.
Jar.
So yeah, if
Now
you're
I
ready,
can't
stars. Let's
remember.
go.
Let's see. I'm just double checking one thing. Okay.
Nice one, Kitty.
All right. So the evening concludes once more. another uneventful night and a successful long rest. Need that anymore. Let's move to the third of Quenpalar. Okay, so you all are paying a visit for the first time in a little while for most of you to the Crystal Chateau. Just move up there. All right.
Does Thorn disguise himself?
Hmm.
Does Thorn disguise himself?
That's
yes.
a good point. Fuck, because
we're probably gonna take the carpet again.
That only lasts for an hour.
my main thing is, if I go in disguise to the Allegiance, they're not going to know who I am, and I don't want to have to explain to them that I'm trying to get into the consortium. I guess I'm just gonna hope that if we fly to the Crystal Chateau, that the consortium won't necessarily be able to track that I'm going there. So yeah, I will not disguise myself.
You just try to land as close to the entrance as you can.
Preferably.
Squat a lot.
Can I question?
Yes.
I'm just double checking that in the upgraded form I can't cast invisibility on someone else.
I believe that is self only, but
Thorn just doesn't go.
No, I'll go because I want to know and all.
That's fair.
It's fine. If the consortium
Okay.
notices, I think I know how I'd talk my way out of it. I think.
It does technically say you can expend one charge to cast the invisibility spell. It doesn't say on self.
fair enough.
Is the invisibility spell a self spell?
No, you can touch
It is not.
anybody.
It's okay. Thorn just be like, yo, bitches, you took too long. I got bored of waiting for you.
You just can't upcast it to hit more than one person at a time, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Fair enough. So yes, is there any preparations before people head to the chateau? Also, chateau is still
Puts
fun
on
to
his
say.
armor.
Let's go.
All right. Okay, so you make your way there, land right in front of the entrance, much to the disgruntlement of the halfling guard. But Prolix is also at the entrance, looking to see if you were going to come, and he calms down the halfling and gets him to admit you all inside.
Ix'll wink at him on the way in. No joke. Like,
how good is Ben at schooling his expression? Because I'm pretty sure Ben knocked this guy out.
he did.
The real
Oh,
person
he
who
did so
should not
hard.
be here.
Ben is 3 good at it.
Oh no.
Ben looks nervous as hell.
Well, you rolled a 15 first, didn't you?
I have disadvantage on deception checks.
Self-imposed.
All deception checks?
Every single one.
Oh no.
But he wouldn't know why Ben might look ashamed. So
That's true.
Let's see, actually. Okay. Well, he is mostly staring daggers at Ix. He does glance at you curiously, but doesn't pick up on why you look a little uncomfortable. But he is keeping his eye on you.
As well he should. She's gonna keep antagonizing this poor man.
It's like he's dressed like a librarian, but who knows what that guy's up to? Who knows what any of them are up to? But
Oh yeah, he's
especially that
suspicious of everyone.
and that green-eyed woman. Who knows what she could be up to anything. But yes, he Prolix leads you inside, takes you much like your visits with the expositor at the temple. He takes you to a little office, not quite as big as the headmaster that you've spoken with previously, but looks more just like a teacher's office with lots of books and scrolls like stacked up messily on his desk. So not a lot of room to set anything else at the moment, but there's like a little window in the middle that he can peer through and still see you guys if he were to sit. But yes, no, he welcomes you in. I'm glad you came. I wasn't sure if you would. Well, first off, you all have, I believe, expressed some interest in Kale Morrow. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm yeah, sure you are aware of our excavations there and have seen. You've probably passed by the maw more than a few times, if you've as many times as you've come to the Sigil District. The Allegiance has heard rumors of another entrance into Kale Morrow that runs through the city's oasis. Would you do us the favor of investigating these claims? I'm authorized to pay your group 300 gold pieces for your time and trouble.
While that does sound quite lucrative, why us and not anyone else you could possibly trust within the Allegiance?
Also, is that total or per person?
I think it was total.
Because that seems very low for what I've heard is a very dangerous place if you expect us to go into Kale Morrow.
I love you, Baz. I love you so much. Can he have inspiration for that? Like, that's your goal. Like, is it 300 per person? Oh, it's total? Oh, that doesn't sound worth it.
I know. Arno
And
100% would have opened his mouth to say something similar and then would just be very, very happy with Thorn. Would just give him a nod like, yes.
You're trying to talk up the NPC and the DM at the same time. That's asking a lot. But we wouldn't ask you to go into Kale Morrow. We are just trying to confirm this supposed second entrance so that we can secure it. And I trust you. I have talked you up to the headmaster. I believe you all to be trustworthy. Everybody's been pretty busy recently. We don't believe you to have ulterior motives. And since you have an interest, we believed we could work together on this, even if you are not officially members of the Allegiance at this point in time.
So...
Jen? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, so... Even if you don't need us to go into Kale Morrow itself... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but... Right now, you have secured the only known entrance to Kale Morrow. So this other entrance is a huge threat to that monopoly. Correct?
Potentially.
And you only want to spend 300 on that?
I see what you just did.
Make your choice of persuasion or intimidation, whichever you feel is appropriate.
I'm gonna go with intimidation because my check is higher than that. And also, I mean, there's a little bit of like an unsaid threat of like, we could take the 300 and take that information to some other interested parties as well.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting over here being like, he did not offer payment for silence. He only offered payment for checking the place out.
Listen, that's true, but like, I want more money up front.
You all seem trustworthy, and you're just thinly veiled threat. Like, okay.
Honestly,
Uh,
isn't this what happened last time too? It was like everyone else was nice, and then Ix was like, "I don't trust you. I don't like you."
100%.
Just intimidating. So yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we've proven very money motivated multiple times. So
19.
It is canon.
It's right after he said, "Oh yeah, I told the headmaster what great people you are, and how much we can trust you." What'd you say? 19.
Yep.
So I, you know, I can talk to the headmaster and explain your concerns.
I'm just saying, you get what you pay for.
That's true. Plus, weren't the consortium somehow getting into Kael'Maro and you couldn't figure out how?
This could be it.
Yes, that is a concern.
So if this is potentially how they're getting in, you're putting us in danger. That also is a premium cost.
Make a check, Arno. Same choices.
Persuasion. He's not.
Persuasion seems
that's-
more appropriate in your case.
He's not about that thug life. So
these guns are all for show.
all for making beautiful gifts for his man. 9.
Say again.
Also 19.
Well, you know, you raise valid points. I'm sure they wouldn't complain if we increased the payment a little bit.
I mean, if it's references you need, I'm sure you can go to the Cobalt Soul and they can tell you all of the things we're capable of. I feel like our skill is worth just a bit more than the 300, not to mention our lives.
I mean, you'd be going in broad daylight, and it's in a public place.
So people can see what we're doing? You want a secret?
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was in character.
Oh, that's actually pretty funny. So you want us to go to a secret passage, broad daylight, in public, for anyone to see or witness?
If you don't feel comfortable doing it, we can find somebody else.
Now, just to clarify, though, because don't get all this wrong. We are interested. We just don't want to be lowballed. But I'm curious, how are we supposed to... Don't interrupt me, please. Sorry. Heather's absolute shock threw me off, honestly. Caught me off guard. But how are we supposed to determine if this is an entrance into Kael'Maro without actually going through this entrance? I mean, are there ways to tell from the outside that are so easy?
Double checking some info to make sure I'm not forgetting anything that might be useful to this conversation. I haven't been there personally to see what the situation is. It's just rumors, like I said. Um, but the supervisor at the Life Dome is the one who would be showing you around and explaining in more detail the situation.
How soon would you want this looked into?
I mean, today if you're available, or doesn't have to be today.
How soon can you get an answer on how much you'd be willing to pay?
I can see if the headmaster's in his office.
We can wait.
Mm.
And we
Okay,
could be open to a more average price point if you're correct in your assumption that it will not require us to enter Kilmaro. Not that we're opposed, but just we need to know the full risk here. And it seems like that's a bit that you are maybe underprepared for. Just if I'm interpreting this correctly, that what is his name?
Prolix.
Prolix? Okay.
Prolix. It's the cousin to Miralax.
Prolix, doesn't know the details of this entrance, but somebody else does. Because, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, yes, he. When you are all insisting that you can wait, he's I'll be back, and he kind of shuffles around to get around you guys around the perimeter of the office to get back to the door.
Thank you, Prolix.
You hear his footsteps going down the hallway. So
Lucas
you
looks to
have a
all of
moment
you.
before he comes back.
Lucas looks to all of you and goes, "You're all a bunch of dicks."
Says the man who didn't speak up once. Don't. That was entertaining for you, and if you lie about it, come on.
I didn't do anything. What did I do?
I want money.
I just like
Just a
picking on the poor
shrug.
man. He's been scared of us since the beginning.
I do admit it does seem very low for us potentially finding an entrance into the secret sunken city that they have sole access to.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
feel
I'm
like
actually
they
kind of-
have money to burn.
I mean, fair. I'm kind of surprised you were so adamant about trying to, maybe I misunderstood, trying to get them to make sure we don't have to enter Kalmaro, because I kind of thought that was the point.
It is,
No.
but we don't want them to necessarily know right off the bat when we go in, because we already know that they're in there.
I mean, my thing is more so like, if they're only paying us 300 gold because they say we don't have to enter Kael'Maro and therefore it's not very dangerous, I want to know that's actually true. I don't want to have to go into Kael'Maro and then only be paid 300 gold for it.
That is a very exactly. Yeah.
We already know
Even
it's
if it's that they
dangerous.
have we are kind of magnets for trouble, let's be honest.
Yeah, I can't disagree on that one.
I also feel like it can't be that easy to identify if this is an entrance because, like, otherwise they'd send any old operative, right? They've got people who work for them.
True. It is a big city. That entrance could be to sewers or underground tunnels. It doesn't necessarily have to be to Kilmaro.
I have a theory. And do let me know if you all think this is way off base. Everything that we've investigated has stated that the Vermilion Dream and the Allegiance are at odds with each other.
Yeah.
Who's to say that the Allegiance isn't letting the Consortium into Kilmoro to help mine, and in return, the consortium gets bits and pieces of ruidium here and there. Could it be that maybe somehow the consortium knows that Thorn's interested and Thorn has connections to the Allegiance by this
Maybe,
much, or is that too much of a stretch?
Perhaps, you could be onto something. But maybe we don't discuss it in the heart of the Allegiance.
No? You don't ever seem nervous when you're here. That's Ix totally just picking fun. That is not meant to be malicious.
She says maliciously. Like,
Arno doesn't think it's malicious. Arno would think it's on the same line of like Arno repeatedly being like, "Hey, don't mention Lucas's name," and Ix being the one's like, "This is Lucas. He's our buddy. Look at her tablet.
This is when he was born.
Lucas.
This is his mom's name. This is his brother's name. This is where he lives.
Did you know he's being hunted?"
Oh, shit. So yeah, I bring that up because it just seems odd that they would ask us outsiders to investigate a very, I'd have to say, sensitive topic. So it just makes me wonder if they selected us on purpose, other than what he stated.
Our point is the fact that of everyone, Prolix knows the most about what we were looking for, and has the most reason to like put trust in us because we handled Betrayer's rise.
That's a fair point.
So,
I still
and
think
he specifically is saying that he has been vouching for us this whole entire time. So that does at least partially explain the reason why they are going to us rather than...
that's fair. I don't know how much contact the two groups have, and I genuinely am reluctant to discuss it in here specifically.
That's fair.
Okay. Around this time, you do hear some footsteps echoing up the hallway, returning towards this door, with a similar cadence to Prolix when he left. He pokes his head, like, tentatively into his own office, sees you all still there waiting for him, and waddles back around to the other side of his desk. I spoke with the headmaster. He has approved an increase up front to, let's see, was it up? Yeah. Up front of 400. And if you would be comfortable with an overseer coming with you, hazard pay depending on what comes up, and a bonus if you can confirm an entrance.
Who would come with us?
This little guy right here, and he holds out his arm, and a sandy brown falcon appears on his forearm.
Is that your pet?
No, this is one of the faculty's familiars.
And make sure that Oogway isn't somewhere poking his head out.
He can observe the situation while you investigate and report to us what happens, even if something were to befall him while he is there with you. Up until that point, not after. Obviously, he can't see what's happening if something happens to him.
But his safety is not a priority, right? It's not like we have to suddenly protect this thing.
No. He can take care of himself, and if need be, he can be resummoned. You need not go out of your way.
Well, that is comforting, if nothing else.
I think that's a fairer deal.
I'm okay
Do we
with
have
it.
an idea on what the bonus would be?
That he did not say. He just said it would be commensurate with whatever Alain reports. So hopefully everything is fine. I didn't expect anything to happen while you were there, but you raised fair concerns.
Now, just to be clear, I'm assuming Alain is the Falcon here.
Yeah.
If anything happens to her, does that cut our bonus? Even if we do discover the entrance? I mean, it just seems like a good thing to know.
No. Alain will not be a liability
Okay.
for you.
For you. I just like how I said it. For you.
He's
All right,
nervous
well.
right now.
Well, Prolix, I appreciate that you did your due diligence. If you give us a moment, I think we need to discuss. It won't take long.
Okay,
I won't keep you here all day, I promise.
Like, amongst yourselves, or?
Yes.
I mean, we're in my office still.
Yeah, you can just step on out for a second. We won't be long.
Okay. He shuffles around the perimeter of the room and steps out.
You know,
He
we really
deserves
need
so
to
much
get that
better.
man a fruit basket. After
Oh my
having
god,
to
fruit
deal with us
basket!
for-
Dude needs a day at the spa. That's what he needs.
I mean, maybe not if there's an entrance to, Kilmaro right above it.
I mean, go to the spa, no one will know. We'll just go to the spa all day, come back out, no one knows that we've been in Kilmaro, right? After Prolix leaves, Ix will kind of giggle to herself and go, I have no intention of discussing it. I'm sure we're doing this. I just wanted to see if he would do it.
He is just very intimidated by you, Ix, and like.
He's adorable, really.
We need to
But
get him.
seriously, are we going to take the bird that can likely spy on us?
The bird
Kinda
is
lock
also like
ourselves-
a Prolix. Right. He took
Yeah.
Yeah.
that line.
Say again?
He took the bird with him, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Ix says, so are we going to take the bird that'll be spying on us? And Lucas goes, we kind of talked ourselves into a corner with that one, so probably, yeah.
Why are you so salty? How are you not having fun with this?
It just shakes his head.
Only for the actual investigation part.
We'll still know where the entrance is after. If it is an entrance.
Well, we'll see what we can find.
And
Report
if,
back what we can.
Yeah. And if, there's hazards, we don't have to protect the bird.
All right, I'll go get him. She walks out of the room to go find him.
I just saw the tweet that Tony shared a little bit ago. I don't recognize the scene, but I'm just reading that in Benoit Blanc's voice.
So yeah, Ix will go and retrieve Prolix. And she'll be kind about it. She'll give him a warm smile. All right, we've come to a decision. I believe it'll be favorable for you. But you're, of course, allowed back into your office.
Thank you.
Ix will walk back to the room and try and school her expression before she walks in, but you can clearly tell she's trying to hold back laughter. Like, she's just being mean at this point, guys.
I just remembered that I gave him a voice at his first appearance, and I haven't been doing it, but oh well. I haven't been doing anyone's voice except Dermot. Because I like doing Dermot's voice.
Dermot's
You
voice
like Dermot.
is wonderful.
Very good, very good. Well, before you leave, he does finish explaining, since you didn't actually get all of the information yet. Let's see, where did that go? Okay. Well, when you get to the Life Dome, the supervisor there that you'll speak to is a gnome by the name of Carlisle Krugen, which I will copy and paste into Roll20, because yay gnome names.
How close did I get?
Carlisle Krugen.
I was not close at all.
You don't say.
I am not spelling that constantly.
That's what the shortcuts are for. Hooray! But yes, he will be able to show you around the Life Dome.
Out of character, the Life Dome is the main entrance to Kalmaro?
The Maw of Kale Morrow is the primary entrance. The Life Dome is this big old thing.
It's that big thing in the garden, right?
Yeah, that Ixt has seen from a distance when she had her night walk.
Lucas and Arno saw it too.
Yeah. Well, everybody's probably seen it because it's like the largest thing in the city other than the palace. But it was specifically described when Ix was on her night walk.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we know the correlation between the Life Dome and Kalmaro?
Probably, yes. It's come up before that all of the city's water comes from the Life Dome, and it is subterranean water. And the sunken city is below on Grell. So, very, very clear, likely connection.
All right. Sounds good. You'll know to expect us.
Yes. I will contact him and give him your description so he knows who to look for. Also, Al-Ain will also be your proof, and you can see he points out on the front of this bird, some of the feathers the coloration is such that it almost resembles like a very fuzzy version of the Allegiance of All Sight emblem.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Because the bird is a member. It's got a built-in badge. I'm just imagining Lucas as I described that. Just take the bird in his hand. Is like, here's my badge.
So is Lucas gonna hold the bird, or is the bird just gonna fly with us? Like what?
I mean, I'm amazed that Ix doesn't want to befriend a flying creature, but sure, we'll see if my this animal also likes me.
This animal
It
also
is-
probably eats snakes.
It is too small for her to ride on, so that's a problem.
Exactly.
That's not a point in its favor.
It is still cool, but I already have familiars of my own. I don't need no jealousy happening.
That's fair.
Mm.
Got no problem carrying the falcon.
All right. Any preparations anyone wishes to make on the way there or before you go?
Are we going there now?
Don't see why not.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
good with that.
looking IRL at the real time, but I'm good
Oh,
doing
yeah.
it. Just asking.
Oh, I mean, we could at least get there and get to
Yeah.
the map. We don't have to necessarily start anything because I'm gonna have
I
to
mean,
figure
we're
out
gonna
RP.
be RPing for the next week and a half. I was just curious on timing, so it's all good.
Mm.
You know, load the new map so we can save there. So when we load next time, we load into the new map.
That's true.
Good point. You can actually say, I think, if I remember right, the text in the book actually says that it's in the afternoon is when he's expecting you. So we can go with that, give you guys time to mill about the city in text RP before going,
Okay.
since that'll be in 12 days.
Sure.
That sounds good
Or
to me.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We can go. I was just double checking. Fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna start it in start the actual mission until next time anyway, but
Got it.
Okay.
that'll take more than 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably.
So do it.
All right. I will just go ahead, move the cursor up to the life dome, and we will pick up there next time. Since it will be a little while before we meet up again live, you are, of course, welcome to RP anything that happens in between or anything you want to add in that happened the previous day that we didn't cover. Whatever opportunities to insert something strike you.
Sounds good.
That will do for session 37.